Hey there guys, welcome back though to the channel and welcome back to the farm. As you can see, I'm hauling here beautiful stuff. Let's put the cap on right there, right? You know, beautiful stuff, fertilizer. In other words, I'm going to pick Crazy Peggy up if she is at the greenhouse. It will be very nice. But right now, you know, let's get to work. We have to work on our own farm or chickens over here. Peggy, you could actually find me at the chicken coop. The chickens over here, man, you know, like, look at this. Isn't this a beautiful little paradise for these little roosters and chicks and chickens? Look at that. Look at that prideful rooster right over there, though, huh? We have 381 chickens, and not one of them actually wants to come out there. Hey, Turbo Peggy, good midday to you. Glad that you're back. We're going to do a lot of work, though, on the farm. But yeah, look at it, though. It's absolutely fantastic. We got some stuff to climb and play and jump and hide, you know. I do like it. These chickens have a good life, and that means our eggs are worth the buy, though. Don't forget to buy them on the local farming store. As you can see right over here, we already have 121 kilograms. 305 pieces. That's some very fat and healthy eggs. Some big one, XXXL. Poor chickens, though. But, hey, you know, good feed, good love, good care. We have 4.5 liters, thousand, right? You know, liters of... Oh, hey there! Hey, that's Kirby. Yeah, he wants to be pet all the time, though, huh? Right, Kirby? Absolutely. Yep. So, anyways, right over here, we did rebuild everything here. I destroyed 2 of these greenhouses, of the glass houses, right? You know. So I could get the money back for 1 only, sadly. So I had to work my ass off for that one and that one. It's a lot of extra work, by the way. Peggy, can you get the greenhouse of the tractor, I mean? And, well, you know, it is worth it. Right now, we are going to build one in the middle. Because left and right, and we can see, measure out a little bit more precise, though, where the third one is coming. Then we will have 1, 2, 3 extras. Meaning we miss 1. And I think the other glass house is going to be built over there, sideways. I'm not yet 100% certain. And something else can be built there. Something to store or something, right? Anyways, as you can see right over here, we are going with the red peppers. Beautiful for your stews and other dishes like chili and all. Alright, Peggy, do you see the field in front of you? I think you do. Can you go there and can you actually fertilize it? Because we are going to seed it. So have fun though, huh? By the way, it is not stinky, slurry or whatsoever though. It's just solid fertilizer. You have your lights on. Your blinker. I kept it on though for fun. Anyways, and over here we have our garlic right now growing. Absolutely fantastic stuff though, right? You know, I love me some garlic. And right over here we have our lettuce. Oh yeah. I'm very happy with this though. I cannot wait to actually have full harvest of these 4. Because now we have eggs, honey, we have chili, we have garlic, and we have lettuce. That's a lot of passive produce, right? Over the months and all. And not just that, it is going to be better once we destroy the beehives over there. Introduce the queen and the hive to a different place and build a lot more place for, you know, like living room for them. And then maybe plant some flowers around them, you know, like it's going to be very, very good. Oh, by the way, Peggy, I see what you're doing and it is bad. Half of the fertilizer is actually being thrown off the side. So you have to manage that a little bit better. Just keep going on as you do right now. The fertilizer is not too expensive though, but keep that in mind. All right. He's kind of new though, right, you know? And so are we. So are we. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is we are going to... Oh, what's wrong with this big boy? I already thought like, you know, like no field found. Oh. Hey, we are pressing all types of buttons here. Not sure what's going on here though. Ah. Okay, so that one is still full. Interesting. Yeah, I left off though, right? You know, it was getting very late and we were doing a lot of work though behind the scenes. We had to make around 120k. That is a lot of work though, right? You know, on your own. Come on, big boy, you can do it. You can do it. So yeah, while Peggy is working on our fields, we have 2 fields. Then we can fertilize it, all right, you know, use the seeder and all, and then get ready, you know. Oh, let's see. Kind of interesting. All right, now let's see. I've never kipped with this one before. And neither will I if I don't sit in it. Now let's see how this thing works. Oh, wrong side? No. Oh, is it? No, it's not. Okay, this is rather interesting though. It's just like the pipe with the other ones. Oh my, look at the green beans though, right on the top there. Oh yeah. It just fits though. Just barely, doesn't it? Alright, awesome sauce. Now let's go deliver this. And where do we have to deliver it though? I think it was somewhere around the farmer's market. No, I was absolutely wrong. Let's see. Jobs. Where is it? Sometimes it's kind of difficult to see. Oh, all the way down there. Alright. Alright, I just texted Peggy, right? If she's done with all of her fields, right? You know, 2 big fields. There are more than 1, by the way, but I made them all into 1, though. So we have 2 now. Let's see, I had to go to the store and pick up the remaining fertilizer that is the closest to the shop, right? It's still waiting, she can fill it up. So, you know, easy peasy lemon squeezy job, one might say. And as you can see, she's already hard to work. Yeah, look at those tire tracks, man, in the fields. Ooh. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, that's okay, though. That's okay. So, yeah, hopefully she's reading the text soon, right, you know? So we know that it's going to be picked up and it's not going to be used by someone else. But I think that will be no issue. So yeah, I actually have a plan, right? You know, if our channel is taking off, you know, with steady views and, you know, likes and comments and stuff like that, right? You know, like, yeah, I'm actually thinking about opening a dedicated server where people have their own farms and can do their own things, you know what I mean? You know, like something like a thank you, you know, like something like that. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And... Whoppa! Let's get some extra money though. The other one is still at 92 with sewing, which is interesting. Which is very interesting. So it could be like we have to do that ourselves though, 92%. We will find out. Hoppa, nice. 1,449 extra for us. And let's go grab this one. Yeah, this guy not doing anything. It could be because we are now in multiplayer. And look how he actually did do the field right, you know. Oh, okay, now I have to press H. And now it does what he should do. Well, we will see about it. I think... everything will turn alright though. Let's just see with the percentage. We can do some other things. In the meanwhile. Alright, let's go activate this big boy. And... you know what, Peggy? Can you come towards the farm? I want to deliver that thing myself, right? You know, that bag. And I want to teach Peggy something. So I'm just going to prepare it for Peggy, and then, you know, there's a little bit easier time with the barn, though, because this thing is a little bit wider than the water tank. And we remember, right, that episode that we had to teach Peggy how to do things. All right, put the fertilizer in the barn on the side. And there we go. Where it's open, all the way at the back, next to your fork, alright? Now I'm messing up because I'm looking at Peggy as she's driving there. Ah, I know. It's not an excuse though, but it could be used as one. Alright, here we go. Let's make it a little bit easier for us. Technically, we could already, you know, like, fill it up though, but let's go and be a little bit more realistic with it. Alright, now let's change the seeds right over here. We want to put it into weeds. Here we go. Alright, and then take your Johnny boy right over here, and this one is ready for you. Alright. Tractor is nicely in here. Close her up. Yeah, sometimes they do not close 1, 2, 3, but that's okay. Alright, she's ready. Now, hook this big boy up. I hope yours is strong enough, by the way, to do that, but that's okay. And careful though, alright, you know. The damage is already at 24%. Yeah, we really do need to get a garage though. I only need to make a barn and, you know, install a couple of tools and we can do the rest. Oh, ho. Okay, wow. Keep the do you see on the right side of the screen right there in the tractor that it's set on wheat? Keep it on wheat, alright? You hear me? It's important, woman. Alright, come on. Go towards the... Yeah, just follow me, why not? A little jog. Never heard of a farmer though, unless he falls on his face. I want you to start around here and just fertilize the field. Oh, yo. Oh, my elbow. Whoa! Can you just be more careful, alright? I'm sitting here with my mouth open in shock, alright? Go back. You're not on the right side. Start on the right side, please. Jesus, woman. Have you smoked crack or something today? I think you smoked crack today, didn't you? You have to lower it. Okay. I hear it's on, but you have to lower it. I think I have to fire her, dude. No, not that one though. Just lower it. I think, yeah, exactly. I think I'm safer on it though than beside it. Lower it. You just had lowered it though. There you go. And now put it on. Yes, and now go. It's still on wheat. Alright. The entire field, please. I'm going to hang myself. Right in the barn, right on the side there. Alright, so what we are going to do though is get the Jungheinrich. And we are going to get the bags finally from the different places where we have stored something. There's also somewhere else that we have stored it. But oh well, here we go. Let's go grab that money. Right over there. That's not bad though, huh? 13.6k income. I'm loving that. Yeah, it's a little bit strange though. That Peggy has to learn so much. And yet does not listen. So the plan is right now we have one field for chicken feed, you know, and the other one will be for making some dough, some money. After all, we do need to make a living too, and we cannot just only live on tasks, but everything right now is slowly rolling as it should be, just like our Jungheinrich right over here. You know, like, it is a very good thing though that everything is starting to build up. But as you can see, we are not a cheap farmer though. We want to have the most modern stuff each time. The biggest glass houses. You know, like the biggest chicken coop and stuff like that. And why not though, right? You know, this is an American farm. You either go big or you go home, right? You know what I mean? But there will be challenges on our channel though, where we have to start with the smallest one and then slowly upgrade it. You know what I mean? A little bit more realistic too, if you start out from absolutely nothing. And here we are. So this is going to be an interesting one. As you can see, one is on the side and we have two different types that we want to deliver right on the farm. Oppa. I don't think we have to... Oh, we actually have to lower it a little bit. There you go. Very nice. And there we go. And now we only have to grab the other one though. Yeah, these joysticks, man, they are a difference. But you can do everything with your thumbsticks too, right? It's a joystick in its own too, but it just feels a little bit more natural though to the hand. So if you want and you really love games like this though, get a joystick. It will change your mind about the game too, right? About mundane tasks and everything. And here we go. Very nice. Alright, Peggy just did tell me, like, her tractor has some engine issues, so I think she's going to ride my Challenger. I will text Peggy right now that she can just decouple her John Deere, park it at the green gardens, or the greenhouses, and then she can take my Challenger out of the barn. Oh boy. So I have to fix it up though. I will see how much it will cost me to actually build a small garage, because that will be a nice project too, right? It will diverse a little bit from our original greenhouse plans, but it will help us out in the long term too. It's always something though. But hey guys, we have seen her drive, right? It's no miracle that that happens. I mean, I feel bad for my own truck right now, for my own tractor, that it's going to be in her hands, you know what I mean? I don't want to see it flip around either. But we will see how it goes. We will see how it goes. I just love the sound of gravel though, like this. The game does a great job just making that too. Peggy, that is not repairing. She always goes right over there. She thinks that's repairing. No, that's the gas tank there. The gasoline. It's right over here. There. Behind this door barn, alright? You have to open the bar door. I think that girl is on crack, dude. That's why she's not... You know, that I think that's why she's hiding, though, in that little shack, though. She doesn't want me to pay a couple of months of rent ahead of time, right, you know? She doesn't want to be a bother. Well, clearly she's not a bother, right, you know, by destroying everything on the farm. Careful there. Go to work. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. I really think she's on the run, dude. Oh, 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 oh. I'm so distracted right now, you know, that I'm destroying my own barn door. Kind of interesting that everything is actually not really aligned straight there, but that's okay. That's okay. Next time we do a better job. And this is the fertilizer. Yes, it is. Alright, she texts me that my tractor is doing okay. Yes, Peggy, that is the difference by how you treat an engine, right? You know, a vehicle, and how you destroy one. Learn from it. Okay. There we go. And before we do fix her tractor, we have to pick up something else. It's a little bit further away though, sadly, right? But let's see. It is here at field 91, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go there. I took a little bit of a wrong turn, an early turn though, but look at this. We did actually plant all of these farmers' fields. All of them though, more than one. And this one is absolutely beautiful. Sunflowers. Yeah, you can make some beautiful, you know, like oils from this. Of course, like we all know, there's a lot of people that actually eat these seeds roasted, right? With salt on it and all. Never did understand that because you have to do so much work though just to get one little seed. But anyway, let's just go right here. Yeah, this one has been here for quite a bit. We did actually do that for a task and then it was a wrong one. I don't see where we do pick that one up, so let's just push it towards the street and then we can actually check it out a little bit better, right? I think I just have to lower it. Yeah, clearly. All right, interesting. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Woo! Yeah, come on. Oh, there we go. A little bit too wide, so maybe we have to go this way. Up. Here we are. My boy. It's rear wheel steer, so, no. Something doesn't feel all too natural. If you just keep your mind off it for a second, though, you're bound to do a couple of mistakes. For real. Yep. Why is this so hard out of nowhere? It seriously is hard out of nowhere, though. Maybe it has to do with the incline of the road. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to go up there and then I'm going to drop it a little bit and then I'm going to apply it a little bit better though, right? Because this right now is a little bit painful. Get it on, but then again, no, we are not going downhill, but uphill, and this might be a little bit easier for us. Just like that. Yep, that's what I mean though. The road is not fighting back. Let's go back to the farm. Alright, we did put our alarm lights on, right, you know, because we don't want, or warning lights, we don't want to have Peggy just run in front of us. Where shall we place this one, by the way? This is a liquid fertilizer. I think right over here will be decent, though. I want to get rid of this barn so fast, though, but we are going to make something else first, you know, everything in due time. If we put our money everywhere, though, we will have no money at all anymore in the long run. And I think, actually, it will be nice to have this forklift there, too. But this is not bad. Jungheinrich! Off we are. And we can place the light off, too. Alright, nice. So, what I want to see right now, how much it will cost me to actually build a garage myself. That might be very, very useful. Alright, so this will cost me 45,000 to make. It will help us out in the long run, though, in the very long run. And I think it would actually be pretty decent to have here, you know? To have it around here or somewhere close by. If we are going to do that, this tree has to be gone. Also just place it around here somewhere, right, you know? Maybe around here. And this is going to be a little bit tricky, though, where we want to have something like this. This barn we don't really use. We could also place it here, but then we have it in front of our home. It's tricky. Well, before we actually go and do it, let's go actually with the John Deere to the garage, repair it one more time, maybe 2 more times though, but I think it's going to be 1 more time. Oh yeah, look at that thing, man, you know, no wonder there's engine problems there. Oh, yeah. So yeah, you know, let's just go on, repair it, and then we are going to check actually the map out where we want to have it, and then cut some tree downs, and then with those trees we can actually fix it up later on too, right? You know, we really do need to fix it up. We have to make it pretty again. We want to keep it green too, in other words, right? Replant. We have to really think about where we want to have it, or else we will just lose money and time, and we don't want to have an industrial farm, although it is very industrial. We don't want to have it look like some communist Soviet type era building block where everything is concrete, you know what I mean? I'm not going to repaint it. I think right now it will be way too expensive. These boys are premium quality though, so that means that we are going to overpay quite a bit. All right, let's see. I'll not overpay, but it's going to be worth it, you know what I mean, right? Now over here we want to repair it. Yep. Yeah, an entire new engine though, huh? Almost 3K had to be put in here. My oh my. Super expensive, in other words. Let's go to the store. And I kind of want to look for a roller, right? 46,000. And that's a little bit much because I want to push my seeds in the ground. Ay. And we want to buy it, but we have to make more money for that. Oh, let's go drive back home and let's see what we do. So we have now 2 options. 3 actually. We can first buy a roller, or we can lease it. But if we buy it, then we don't have anywhere close enough to build a garage. Right? We can build a garage, that's option 2. And then we can lease the roller, or we still save the money and we build another greenhouse first. That's something that we have to debate. But we can already prepare, you know, where we want to have the garage. Well, this is going to be very nice though, right? You know, like, I do like to do it, but again, we have to make it green later on, all right? So that's something we have to promise ourselves. We have to rent out a lot of things again, and that means we do need to do a lot of extra work though, right? You know, by hauling and lifting and stuff like that. But I kind of want to do it in a different way. I kind of want to rent a skid steer or something like that and just lift the logs up, so we do earn a lot more money, you know? So that's going to be way better in that sense, instead of just tiny, and I mean tiny little pieces of logs and parts and stuff like that. That will just be cutting up or profits, and we don't want that. What we also can do is actually make it into small bits, and how shall I say, make some little tiny bits out of it. Ooh, you are going where I don't want you to go. You are going where I don't want you to go. Let's see. If it falls over in that way, when I cut that way, hopefully it cuts now inside of the other side. But yeah, you know, like that's a massive issue. I'm not sure how we will process this at this point, because we don't have the money or the tools. And it's going to the field. Yeah. Let's see. Is it on the field though? It is on the field. So let's get rid of a lot of parts over here. Oh, wow. Nicely trimming it up. Yeah, this is one of the bigger boys. And that means that we either have a crane or something, because look at that. This alone is 822 kilograms. It's absolute insane though, what we can make from the money. And I want to respect the tree though, right? You know? Like this little tree alone right now. It doesn't weigh that much though. 153 for an entire tree, right? You know, like... Isn't that beautiful though, that we can just lift that one up? Of course, the tree is not of high wanted quality. It's not as sturdy or as old. But we have to think about that too. We have to cut a couple more trees down and then we are very nice. I could also build already the place for extra greenhouse. Maybe I should do that already though. Maybe. For now, let's just do one part at a time. An oak, 30.4 meters tall. Oh. That's not the direction where I wanted it to go though. Yeah, the other one, it kind of threw me off though, right? You know, like I was cutting in the right direction, but it fell over differently. But that's what happens though, right? You know, the tree just has to balance in a certain way and then it goes where it wants, you know. A master woodworker or, you know, like cutter can actually handle that without any issues, but we are not one. We are not one. This just doesn't want to fall. Look at that. Alright, let's do a little longer one. Wait a minute. We can just grab this entire tree right now. Look at that though. Dude, just like real life though. Oh yeah. Beautiful. I think Turbo Peggy is almost done too, which is awesome. Let's go grab everything so we are nice and ready. Alright. We have a little bit of extra money right now though waiting for us. Not a lot though. We are going to sell the chilies and I think we are going to actually invest a little bit in woodworking because I want a skid steer. The new Holland with the grabber, and then we have another forklift though, right? You know, if we need one for for different tasks and all. So it's going to be absolutely great though. We are using a lot of extra contracts here and there, right? You know, and we cannot really lift everything up. So if we can lift, let's say 3 logs up with the skid steer, then it's not the best for it though, but it's the cheapest that we can afford. Then it is going to be way better for us long term because that wood, let's say, is not the best wood in the world, but if we can sell an entire log, they can actually use some wood from that, right? You know, to actually make some decent long planks, and that is what we want to do. Papa, let's see, right over here. Here we are. And I cannot... Yeah, that's the angle. That angle got me off, though. Oh, boy. Here we go. Hey, what's going on here? There we go. And I'm going to sell the chicken eggs, too. We are going to keep a couple of dozen for me and for Turbo Peggy. And then that's about that, you know. We are going to buy a new vehicle. Alright, big boy. What do you sell for? Oh, not the best. Not the worst, though, I have to say. We can sell it somewhere else for more, probably, though. But I'm happy. I'm very happy. Now, let's go and grab the chicken eggs. Alright, 37k, though. Just what we do need, of course, I do like this. Yeah, the chicken coop, by the way, is not 100% square though, as you can see, right? You know, with the fences and all. But that's because of the road. We wanted it to be a little bit like a funnel, right? That road, so we can take better turns and all without having to worry about our little chickens. Let's see, right low. Oh, not too low. The best thing to actually check though is actually the little arm on top of there, right? As you can see. This is neutral. And this is actually where we want to have it. If the front is more like this. And because I'm not the only one that uses this though, right? You know, you really don't get the feeling for it too much though. But yeah, you know, you just have to be sure if you adjust it correctly and all. And to be honest, if we really want to be serious with wood, maybe we should save our money a little bit. And get a real decent big boy, you know what I mean though? How much? Oh, there we go. 861. It was worth 2,000 last month. 1,900. Yeah, that's a massive drop though, but so be it, so be it. Maybe it was for an entire pallet, I'm not certain, but ah well, ah well, ah well. Papa, let's put that one off. And here we are. All right, now let's see though. I really do like it. I think we are going to buy it instantly, right? You know, and just to get the skid steer lock over here, brush and lock handle, stump grinder we can even afford right now. Well, we cannot afford it, but we can buy it. Buy right over there. Awesome sauce. Now this is good though, huh? Now we are pod racing. Yeah, there's this Peggy's little task right over there, but look at this cute little thing, man. Oh, it's a beautiful one, though. I love the color scheme, right? What New Holland always does, the black and yellow. It's really, really good. It's almost like a gold, though, right? It's a quality product to begin with. And then you have all the robust signs, too, and the quality of the build itself. And the design. I mean, it's just all combination, right? You know, that I really do like about New Holland. Oh, yeah. This is our first logging equipment, by the way. And yeah, that is also heading us to a special direction. Interesting. Not sure why it opens up directly. Why did you open up? Let's see. Nope, it's just normal right now. This is awesome. Looks like an angry little machine though, doesn't it? What? Peggy, good luck though with your logging adventure. Oh, you want to see how that goes? Well, you have to wait a little bit. Can you go and grab the John Deere and the green trailer and place it close towards the logs that we have there? Oh yeah, but this is a joy to drive though. This is absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, it also has dual controller, one for steering and one for doing the forklift. Alright, here we are at the farm. You can see Peggy's already there, hard at work and hardly walking at the same time. It's a talent that she has. Look at that though. Peggy! Do you like a new toy? Totally ignores me though, right? You know, I come here with a new vehicle and, you know, he just ignores us. Look at that though. Isn't that a beautiful thing? What's up though? It's a biter. I love it. I love it. All right, now let's see though. We have to grab this little thing out of here. But the issue is though, how it is actually planted in there, right? So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully we can actually do something with it from this angle, but I kind of doubt that. At least we can lift it up though, so that's nice. Yeah. I'm going to have to trim it a little bit because of our angle itself. And we don't have the how shall I say, the other trailer anymore, which is sad. We had to sell it, but we will buy it again. I know, that's very redundant though of everything, but oh well. I think 1.4 tons, man. Ooh. A little bit painful though, but oh well. But we have to do it in this way. It's just because of the angle and me being a little bit lazy. This is already way more profit already though than what we could have done otherwise. The smaller tree parts over here, we can actually haul in there by hand. And if I did this beforehand, we would have done way better. I kind of have a feeling like we're cutting through the entire tree, so let's just stop that one ASAP. Oh yeah, we definitely did do that though. Just a little bit of trimming, right? You know? Yeah, that's a little bit too much. Right over here, just perfect. If the tree would stop moving. A little bit sliding though. Yeah, my boy, here we go. Way better. What is that for animal? Do you hear that? That is not a dog though. That is something very strange down in the background. Alright. Let's collect the little parts of wood and let's just throw it right in there. What are you doing? Hey! Get out of there. What the? She is the rudest worker that I've ever seen though. You should see her face IRL though right now. She is just like on the warpath, you know what I mean? She just takes the honor away. You have to lower it a little bit. Yeah, and then angle it a little bit lower. Yeah? Yeah. I think it is too big. It's too heavy. Maybe it is too heavy. Try to do it from top. Maybe you can do it like that. And now angle it down. It's a little bit finicky, right? You know, it doesn't feel natural because we are not used to it, but it feels completely different to everything else we have done. Shall I try it? Alright, get out and I will try it for you. And then you can throw it in there yourself, alright? Ah, Peggy. I mean, you're trouble. For reals. Alright, so what I was thinking about was just getting away from here. I'm kidding. Let's see. Something like... maybe from this angle, although it doesn't seem wise right now, but it's a little bit better, I think. Nah, it's not. You know, I was thinking about the gripping side, but no. I have to say though, this thing really steers rather well. Just pressing ourselves a little bit further there. Further. It's too big though, this one. I know, we cannot do that sadly. Now, if I try to do it like I said before. Let's see. Like this. Maybe we can manage then. I wonder what that animal is though. I hear very weird stuff going on. Almost though. We cannot do it. So 1 second, I will just cut it a little bit different. Something like this right now. Not the proudest moment of my life to do it in this way, but let's just see how it goes. We just do need to get the grip. Hold up, Peggy, don't do anything there. There we go. Can you try it now? Yeah, that is the angle over here though, right? 1 second, Peggy. Just not move right now, and then we will try. We look like a circus right now. I'm certain of it, but man. If it's not going to work with this one, I'm going to cut a part of the top, and then we can try it again. 1 second. There we go. Maybe now. I'm going to just do this right now, and then we will see how it goes, right? You know? Alright, Peggy says she's giving up though, so I'm going to try a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, so this twisting is actually going like this. And that is opening and closing. And then this is up and down. Alright, so I have to make a mental map myself though. It is very interesting, rather cool to go like this too. But it's interesting. It's interesting. It's a whole different aspect though, right? You know, that we have to learn to maneuver with. And it is such a different feeling, man. You know, it's unbelievable. You know what? It's too big. It's too big for this little thing. So I'm just going to go through this. And see if I can cut it a little bit though. In half. Yeah, the lock is absolutely massive though. We have to be honest there too. We have to be very honest. Because I'm sure that thing over there is no issue at all. But let's be honest, that tree is absolutely massive, right? That tree is absolutely massive, and we shall never underestimate a tree like that again. Now, if this is not doing it though, then nothing will. There we go though, there we go. Yay. Oh, now we are dropping it. All right. And now it's two. Oh! I knew it. I knew it, Peggy. We cannot lift it up there. So we do have to buy a new or rent a new one. We need you to do a certain job, Peggy. We are running out of money, and I was hoping that you were doing that job already, to be honest. So we do need to buy a new one right over here, right? You know, a new trailer, that is. Okay, let's make a little bit of money before we go bankrupt. You know, I had to remind Peggy though, a job is waiting for her. Oh boy. And here we go, man. That's a shame though that we cannot use this one right away for, you know, like hauling the logs. But that means that we actually can shop right now. Let's go save the money here. And we could actually check for a log hauler or something like that. Yeah, I did sell this one. I had to, right? You know, I had to because we didn't have any money for, how shall I say, for the jobs that we had to do, like the greenhouses and all. And I thought, you know, like, yeah, you know, we can always make that money again. And then I did buy the skid steer. Yeah, it's not the best in the world, but choice in the world, but oh well. Now let's see. Yeah, this is not for tractor. This one is actually for tractor. This could be for us, but it is still a little bit too tall. You know what I mean, though? So maybe... What flaps the sign? Interesting. Sign yellow? Oh. Pension. Oh, look at this. Interesting. Okay, are you kidding me? Look at this. This would fit behind a tractor. And it has a crane built in. This is so much better, I suppose. 45,000. Timber trailer. We can have it like this too. It's 15,000. Oh my. Yeah, it's either this one or with the trailer though. Crane. But I would say... the crane might be a big issue too. Maybe we are going to buy this. I kind of have a feeling like we should not, right? You know, I kind of have a feeling like we should actually Oh, this one is not so bad either. I don't like the colors very much so, but it's a decent one. But maybe we should just buy the flatbed trailer and then we will be doing pretty fine. After all, we do need a lot of other things too, right? You know, this is not so bad either. Look at that, just a normal trailer. I kind of like to learn on the job, right? You know, as you probably have noticed, the best thing about it is, wait a minute, this is for a trailer, a dolly. It is nice. It is nice. We can use it on a tractor. Transport liquids. But yeah, like we are learning on the job. That means that this entire Let's Play is for that though. Later on, we have the more specialized stuff. This is good stuff, man. You know, I'm learning non-stop here. Like the Trias, we could use this one too. It's a little bit smaller, but it makes a little bit more sense too if you think about it. Winter equipment, pretty decent. Yeah, these are for bills, but you can use it for anything. Just look at it though. Oh yeah, what a shame. What a shame though. It's it is funny though, it's irony. I like it very much. Because we did buy a tall one of these. But we could chop it up though. I will not chop it up, of course, you know, but we could. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to trim it right now and then we will see what we can do later on. I'm thinking about getting actually the big one again or the smaller one or a dedicated log haul. And I think the dedicated log hauler will be the best. The problem is the skid steer cannot really lift up high. So that is what we have to think of too. Because if we don't do that though, it's going to be the same issue later on if we are using the wrong trailer, of course. This one alone is 258, so, you know. We really want to be thorough with everything that we do here. Don't want to lose anything. Not sure why we cannot do. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I don't want to lose quality wood anymore. I better and prefer to take my time with it than, you know, lose much more than we did before. That just felt absolutely bad though. We had such beautiful trees and logs and all. Well, the thing though is, right, I really do love it, but it's not what we do need, so I'm going to sell it directly though. I know it sounds bad, but man, we got a return guarantee though, right? You know, so that is actually pretty good. We have a lot of more money then to actually do what we do need to do. This one is for something else. Let's see, Jungheinrich, New Holland, right over there. Yeah, this is what we have to sell. 29. Ooh, we do lose a little bit of money on it though, I believe. Or, yeah, well, we have to sell it though. We have to sell it. And this one is going to be sold too. So the wood is just going to lay around here though. Let's just double check how much we did lose. Because if we are going to do everything, if we're going to keep the skid steer, we cannot really upgrade our trailers to the capacity that we want. It's all going to be very limited though, right? And that is very bad. 35. Okay, we lost around 4K because we used it. But that's not bad though. Better 4K than, you know, much more. Now, our goal is actually to get 145 to 150 or 130. Depends which one we are going to get here. But, yeah, we have to do a lot of work though, for real. And good news, by the way, with this little mistake, we can buy and afford a little roller. Not to buy it, but to actually, you know, like rent it for now. And that means that we can just work overnight a little bit and do our little thing. Back to the store. Just look at this though. This is very nice. All the lights here with the chickens. It's a very bright light though, I have to say. Maybe we got cataracts or something, but it is good to see the lights around here. Makes the farm way more lively. Okay, right over here. And let's see. The roller. Yeah, it's going to be very important though. I want my seeds to be in the floor and not just on top of it, right? You know, the crows are going to have a field time with that. Let's go and lease the big boy. Yep. There we are. Lease 2K. Yeah. We will get the money though for our other job in no time. Well, it will take quite a time. That would actually be 3 glass houses, Peggy. Do you realize it? You know what I mean though? Like, I'm still debating about that. Maybe we just have to bite the bullet. I think we just have to bite the bullet though. And go for cheap logs still. And keep focusing on one goal on the farm right now. I'm flip-flopping over this episode though. I realized, but it's kind of like a dream, right? You know, to do a lot of things at once. You know, like you really want to specialize in certain categories. But I'm thinking way ahead of our time. Way ahead of our time. That's not good. Alright, hired worker. Do your best, alright. There we go. It's blocked by an object. Excuse me, lady. I'm not an object. Anyways, let's go. Chop it up. We have to bite the bullet. It's the smartest thing to do right now. Skid steer is sadly gone too. But it will be wiser though, right? You know, we do get a little bit of money from this. This is very important. And the best thing of it all though is we're getting money from it. That we can invest in the greenhouses until that project is at least complete. Up, there we go. It's going to be a good thing though that we are going to do like this. Because it feels also like if we will do it that we are rushing. And we don't want to rush though. It has to feel a little bit natural. So what we did learn? One step at a time, right? You know, one step at a time. Let's decouple. For one simple reason though, we need some light. We definitely want to get some light on here. Doesn't it has a lot of light though, it seems. There we go. Just like this. Put it off. Lights on. And back to work. Well, let's see though, huh? We got one little Brandner full. So, of a lot of wood though. This is a couple of tons. This is 4 tons, but it is not worth a lot because this is going to be wood chips though. If lucky, someone's new table or coffee table, right? You know, something like that. They could be made into some. Nah, they cannot. You know, like some legs, table legs or something like that. Maybe chair legs if you go for Chesterfields and stuff like that. But then again, you really want to have one solid piece though. What else can you make of this? Kindle, yes. So yeah, it's not going to be worth a lot. But we will have to endure this because we are no loggers right now. I kind of wanted to have it as a side job, but we cannot really invest too much into that. So I was a little bit daydreaming though, right? You know, with the skid steer and the other one. So yeah, you know, yeah, well, a man got a dream though, right? Because what else do we have in the end? That's 5.7k. It's not bad though. Can you imagine it would have been 3 times probably the worth, right? All right, let's go and haul the other one, and then it's a nap time though. Huh? It's already 8:08, so we gotta be careful here with the time. All right, Peggy, go to bed. All right, you know I'm going to do the last haul, and careful, never run in front of a starting tractor. But yeah, good night, Peggy. Oh my, she's going to follow me, I think. I think she's going to the gas station to get some donuts or whatever. But the thing though is, she did a good job though today. We did quite a lot. Our fields are sown, well not harvested though, but they are fertilized, they are cultivated, they are limed, they are seeded, and they are rolled. So tomorrow we have a lot of work to do though, right? Because soon we want to buy another greenhouse, and then we are going to just upgrade that though, right? You know, and then we have more passive. I think though it would be wise for Peggy and me right now to actually shorten the days to 1 day per month. So it goes a little bit quicker. That means that we have less farming to do with task, you know, task farming, not farming. Yeah, and then it just feels a little bit smoother right now because we don't have the gear to do a lot other than just task. You know, task here, task there. And it's a lot of fun though. And I don't mind the grind. We kind of want to slowly focus on what we want to do because we are learning more. That means that we can experience more, you know, like experiment more too. That last one is the key, right? Because this farm is actually meant for us to experiment and experience the game. And from there on, we can get some inspirations with certain challenges in the future. We already have written a couple of them down, though, so it's going to be great. I'm hyper looking forward to it, though. I really am, though. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, let's go and park this one right over here. And let's see how much we get from this little haul, though. It's way less than before. But it does look like almost the same, but it's less. Oh, wow. Okay, then. I mean... Okay, the logs were a little bit longer, though, with the other trees. So that's pretty decent. That's what I mean, though, right? Long logs are worth a whole lot more. And this thing was not completely full, as you have seen. But yeah, by that, though, farmers, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful time. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy. Don't forget to subscribe, though. Bye-bye.